They don't just sail the oceans, they command them. Each one is larger than most cities' downtown districts. Each one carries more firepower than entire national air forces, and each one can change the course of a war without ever touching land. Aircraft carriers are not ships. They are floating fortresses. For over a century, these giants of steel have defined naval dominance, global power, and military reach. Where an aircraft carrier appears, the balance of power shifts. But what makes them so powerful? Why do nations invest tens of billions of dollars into a single vessel? And how do these massive ships survive in a world filled with missiles, submarines, and invisible threats? To understand the modern aircraft carrier, we must first understand why it exists at all. Before aircraft carriers ruled the seas, battleships were kings. For decades, naval power was measured by the size of guns and thickness of armor. Ships faced each other directly. Victory was decided by who could hit harder and survive longer. But everything changed when aircraft took to the sky. At first, planes were fragile machines, short range, limited payload, unreliable engines. Few believed they could threaten heavily armored warships. They were wrong. In 1940, British carrier aircraft attacked the Italian fleet at Taranto. A year later, Japanese aircraft launched from carriers devastated Pearl Harbor. For the first time in history, naval battles were decided beyond the horizon. The battleship era collapsed almost overnight, and in its place rose a new king of the seas, the aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier does something no other weapon system can do. It brings an airbase anywhere on Earth, without permission. No host nation, no land-based infrastructure, no political negotiations, just steel, aircraft, and open ocean. From a single carrier, a nation can launch airstrikes hundreds of kilometers inland, enforce no-fly zones, defend entire naval task forces, provide humanitarian aid, or signal overwhelming military presence. This flexibility is why carriers became the backbone of modern naval strategy. They are not defensive weapons. They are power projection tools, and power projection changes everything. Today's aircraft carriers are engineering marvels. Take the modern U.S. supercarrier as an example. Length, over 330 meters. Displacement, more than 100,000 tons crew, over 5,000 people. Aircraft on board, up to 90. That's not a ship. That's a moving city. Inside this city, power plants generate enough electricity for tens of thousands of homes. Hospitals rival major trauma centers. Kitchens serve tens of thousands of meals per day. Maintenance crews work around the clock. And all of this operates while moving at speeds exceeding 30 knots. But the carrier itself is only the beginning. An aircraft carrier without aircraft is just steel. The real power lies in its air wing. Modern carrier air wings include multi-role fighter jets, electronic warfare aircraft, early warning aircraft, helicopters for anti-submarine warfare, transport and rescue helicopters. Each aircraft type plays a specific role. Fighter jets strike targets and defend the fleet. Electronic warfare planes blind enemy radars. Early warning aircraft detect threats hundreds of kilometers away. Helicopters hunt submarines beneath the waves. Together, they form a layered, interconnected combat system. This is not chaos. This is orchestration. Every launch, every recovery, every movement is calculated to the second. On the flight deck, mistakes are unforgiving. Jet engines scream. Aircraft launch every few seconds. Crews move with hand signals, not voices. It is one of the most dangerous workplaces on Earth. Even without an enemy present, control of the air is everything. Without air superiority, no naval operation can survive. Aircraft carriers provide that superiority. Carrier-based fighters can intercept enemy aircraft, escort strike missions, conduct deep penetration attacks, dominate vast ocean regions. And unlike land-based aircraft, carrier aircraft are never tied to fixed bases. If threats emerge in one region, the carrier moves. If a base becomes vulnerable, the carrier simply sails away. This mobility makes carriers incredibly difficult to neutralize, but not impossible. A common argument is often repeated. Aircraft carriers are too big, too visible, too vulnerable. On the surface, it sounds logical, but reality is far more complex. An aircraft carrier is never alone. It is the center of a carrier strike group. A carrier strike group includes guided missile cruisers, guided missile destroyers, attack submarines, supply and logistics ships. Each layer exists for protection. Destroyers provide air defense and missile interception. Cruisers coordinate radar coverage and command systems. Submarines silently patrol beneath the surface. Logistics ships ensure endurance for months at sea. Together, they create a moving defensive bubble extending hundreds of kilometers in every direction. Any threat must pass through multiple layers before it even approaches the carrier. The most powerful weapon of a carrier group is not missiles, it is information. Radar systems scan airspace continuously. Sonar arrays listen beneath the ocean. Satellites track movement from orbit. Aircraft patrol vast regions ahead of the fleet. Threats are detected long before they become visible. By the time an enemy realizes they have been detected, it is often already too late. But detection alone is not enough. Defense must be immediate. Carrier defense is built on layers. Long-range interceptors engage threats hundreds of kilometers away. Medium-range missiles target incoming aircraft and missiles. Short-range systems defend against anything that gets too close. Point defense weapons serve as the last line. Each layer overlaps with the next. If one fails, another engages. This redundancy is intentional. No single system is trusted alone. Beyond missiles and aircraft, carriers wield another weapon: presence. When an aircraft carrier arrives near a region, allies feel reassured. Enemies reconsider their options. Diplomacy shifts instantly. Sometimes, no missiles are fired at all. The carrier's presence alone changes outcomes. This is why carriers are deployed even during peacetime. They are not just war machines. They are political instruments. Aircraft carriers are incredibly expensive, not just to build, but to operate. Training crews takes years. Maintaining aircraft requires massive infrastructure. Logistics chains must span the globe. Only nations with advanced industrial capacity, technological expertise, and global strategy can support them. This is why only a handful of countries operate true aircraft carriers, and why each carrier represents national ambition. But power invites challenge. As aircraft carriers evolved, so did the threats against them. Missiles became faster. Submarines became quieter. Warfare moved into cyberspace. The question is no longer whether aircraft carriers are powerful. The question is, how do they survive in a world designed to destroy them? That answer lies beneath the surface and above the horizon.